Underground Show,
the #1 Rangers podcast. Make sure you tune in to find out all the latest news. Let's go Rangers.
Blueshirt Underground, motherfucker!
Can't be as a Ranger fan. Can't be as a Ranger fan.
This is an unlawful gathering. This is an unlawful gathering. The truth is out there. The truth is out there.
This is the underground. This is new media. This is the underground. This is new media.
Ranger fans, report to the critical thinking hangar. Ranger fans, report to the critical thinking hangar.
And now here is the starting lineup for the New York Rangers. And now here is the starting lineup for the New York Rangers.
This is New York Rangers hockey. 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 This is New York.
John Wayne Gacy.
Happy birthday, Eddie. Hope you're having a great birthday. I'm going to ship over some crazy stuff for your birthday. Maybe we'll get together on the headsets, the Xbox, play a little Call of Duty, Grand Theft Auto 5. We can curse at each other, kill each other, steal each other's cars. It'll be a lot of fun. So I hope you eat a lot of cake. Hope you have a lot of toys and presents. Bring over some small chihuahuas to run around. Little cranky ones, maybe they'll bite people. We can laugh at that. It'll be fun. Happy birthday, buddy.
Wow. Happy birthday, Eddie.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Blueshirt Underground Show. It is Saturday, February 22nd. It is Eddie's birthday eve. Happy birthday a little early, my friend. Good evening, Eddie. How are you, sir?
Doing good, rocking and rolling. Now, I don't think you actually had that made for me. It reminded me of the clown. What was the name of the clown on Stern there?
Yucko.
Yucko the clown, yes.
Yucko.
Remember him? He was a real treat.
He was funny.
Yeah, he was a lot nicer, this clown. What doesn't a man who's about to turn double nickels tomorrow night? I celebrate my 55th birthday. 55.
God bless you, my friend.
Around the sun. Unbelievable. And I've only seen one Stanley Cup with the New York Rangers in those years.
But really, how many do you need?
About 5, 6 to make this all this worth it. Maybe 6 or 7. The heartbreak, the misery.
The only thing I didn't test before we went live was the make sure you can hear sound effects. So can you hear this? Let me know if you can hear this. All right, good. If you can hear that, then you can hear this. We did find somebody else to wish you a happy birthday.
Oh, okay.
I don't know that I'm worthy of creating a birthday wish on a machine like this. Eddie, here's wishing you a happy birthday and many more to come.
Do you remember anything about the day he was born?
Oh, heavens, no. God bless you, Eddie, and give you many more years of service in this life. And
Who the hell is this? Many more years of service in this life.
Wow.
That was just somebody did a birthday message for an Eddie on YouTube, but it was it was this rather elderly old lady oddly enough, who did that birthday message for whoever this Eddie was, it was his birthday was August 24th, which is my birthday.
Oh,
but
wow.
I didn't show the video. It's just I just took the audio from it. And and let me be the first to say not only happy birthday, but my friend, welcome to YouTube.
Yes, our first official YouTube live broadcast.
Yes. Here we are.
So yeah, we're like everybody else in the world. Well, we started off the whole what do they call internet radio fad.
That's
now
right.
A pod which everybody's got.
Right.
And now we are on YouTube leading the way in Ranger YouTube pods, and we will continue to lead because most of the other pods we compare with, or what we don't consider them rivals, but our competitors, all are shut-ins who will never show their face. So
that's right.
Even though this mug is 55 years old, I'm unabashedly proud of what I look like.
That's right. We're still out here. We're still
really shouldn't be, but I am.
We're cutting edge. We are still in the forefront.
We're relevant.
That's
even
right.
We're on the cutting edge, and we're the oldest.
That's right, and that's fine.
And those young punks are still stuck on their 2 cups held together with string, broadcasting their podcast.
These kids today with the clothes and the hair. What do they know?
I hate people who wear their glasses like this. They tilt them like this, and they're like, oh. Anyway, sorry, I'm doing bits.
What about people? What about? Do you lick your fingers to open up something? Do you have to lick your fingers?
Nah,
I used to laugh at old people. I used to laugh at old people that had to do that. Now I'm one of them. Every time we go to ShopRite to go shopping, I got to lick my fingers to get the bags apart. And now I'm one of them.
I don't know if my friends are tuning in, but I hope they are. I'm donning my idiot box shirt here. There you go. I got done recording this morning, and my voice is a little hoarse. So I hope you fans at home on YouTube can excuse me for that. But I may be hoarse from a lot of other things, Jim. What do you think I might be hoarse from?
These exciting New York Rangers, the 6 of 7 New York Rangers. This was the run, the tear that we've been begging for all year. It's here. It is here. 6 out of 7, 9 out of 12, 7 in a row on the road. It hasn't happened since 1979. You were just like 18 years old back then. I'm guessing, I don't know, just quick.
14.
14.
You're making me 60 already?
I apologize. And then before that was 1935 when they had a 7-game road streak. Sam covered that game. He remembers.
Oh, yes.
These are exciting times. The Rangers they're back in the playoff race. I have done a complete 180 on my playoff view. I want them in. I want the experience. Fuck the draft pick. Who cares? Let's get into playoffs and have some fun, Eddie. Let's do shows. Let's watch games. Let's have hockey till June. Let's do it all.
They got you roped in.
Let's do it all.
I got
Chris from the UK is here, by the way. He is here in the chat watching live over in England. YouTube around the world, baby.
That's right. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you, Brett. Joe Catroni, I see. Yes, Chris from the UK. Thank you so much for the happy birthdays. I don't know yet. I ain't buying this yet. I mean,
the negative Nancy that he used to complain about, the negative Nellies. Oh boy, the Debbie Downer Ranger fans. They've stuck them in.
Maybe I'm just playing the contrarian right now. Thank you, Michael Halleck. Yes. Listen, I see a difference in the team. First of all, this Shesterkin, I don't know what kind of mojo he's cooking up. There must be some magic borscht that his mom is feeding him over there because this guy's a winner. He's been a winner everywhere, and now he's winning in the NHL, and he's propelling the Rangers. everything is like Jim said. Since the All-Star break, this team can do no wrong. The power play is. I don't know how they're still number 7, Jim, because they are. I mean, they're unstoppable on the power play. Even if they don't, I mean, Sands, when Tony DeAngelo was out for a couple of games, their power play has been something that you look forward to and the Rangers will use to pounce on you. Their penalty killing has been some of the best in the year. Extend Lindy Ruff. So why am I not on board? I don't know. I feel it's not for the reasons of getting a draft pick. Maybe I'm just playing. It's a cautionary tale with me. Maybe I just don't want to jump.
You're trying to be cautiously optimistic. You don't want to. You don't want to jump yet. I understand. I'm jumping.
But see, now I'm not. Now I'm getting your excitement. Now I'm thinking I'm going to jump. I'm going to do a 360. I think too. By the end of this show, I'll be like, "Let's be in this show. This is what it's all about."
I'll tell you what, though. They're exciting to watch. Winning these games. Look at now you look forward to these games now. Now you're scoreboard watching a little bit. What are the Islanders doing? Free falling. I know they beat the mighty Red Wings last night, but
yes.
Let's be honest.
They're struggling.
They're only. They're only 4 or 5 points up ahead now. I think the Rangers.
Yeah.
How big is that game? Tuesday night at the Coliseum.
Yeah, that's gonna be big time.
Huge
with a capital U. I think the thing that's got everybody excited is that the Rangers are beating teams that are needing to make the playoffs, and they're not just squeaking by. Although I think there were some fortuitous bounces that went the Rangers' way in last night's game. 2 goals off the defenseman's skate. Hey, I'll take it. That's a sign of a good team.
Right.
You get a couple lucky goals, and then they get a couple skill goals.
And how many times have we been on the other end of that?
A billion.
Right. So
I think exactly. So I got no shame in that game.
Exactly.
As far as being lucky, you've got 2 lines that are just doing so well right now. I mean, I think about 2 years ago, us talking about not having a number 1 center, and Mika Zibanejad is absolutely one of the top players in this league. I mean, you look at it. He did miss over a dozen games, but he's almost a point-a-game player, if not. The goals and Kreider, who we were, saying he's streaky, where he's in one of his streaks. Well, this seems to continue. I don't know whether it's contract motivated or that the team is actually gelling together as a unit and believing in themselves. And I think Kreider, I watched him in an interview yesterday, Jim, and it was a different Kreider. It was a guy that was talking not just about himself, but as the team. And it looked like something you would get from a leader. And now they're in a quandary, though, because you almost how could you trade this guy now? Because even if you get a draft pick, a player, and a prospect, is that really enough for Chris Kreider the way he's playing and the way he's playing with the players he's syncing with? It's not enough. So what are you going to do? This is like, I know everybody's got their ways. I think Jeff Gorton is in a real quandary here.
It's a nice problem to have, but he does have a problem.
Because how do you sell off now when you're 4 points out of a playoff spot?
I don't know.
And got the momentum playing as good as any team in the NHL right now.
Yeah.
And so it's gonna be a tough decision. And I do like, Jim, I'll get your take and everybody's take. Let me give you 3 guys right here. You tell me what you think. Give me Phil what?
I just want Liam Scott. Hello from Beijing, China. They got internet. I thought you couldn't access the internet there.
Oh, I don't know. But he's a fan, so who cares?
Well, hello, Liam.
Yes, hello, Liam.
It might be our first Chinese watcher from China. We're busting through we're breaking down communist walls over there.
Yes. It's fantastic.
Look at us.
Excellent. All right, let me give this to you guys. Phil DiGiuseppe, Julian Gauthier, or Greg McKegg. Rank those three guys right now. Now, I know Gauthier has a small sample size, but I think so does DiGiuseppe.
DiGiuseppe 1, Gauthier 2, McKegg 3.
I really like this Gauthier kid.
I do too. McKegg is just another one of these guys. I don't even know if we mentioned this on the last show, but we might have. But the Rangers just seem to have a knack for finding guys who skate really well, can skate like the wind, and just can't score. Carl Hagelin, Enver Leeson, the list goes on and on and on. Guys that they skate fast, but just don't score. Jesper Fast, the list goes on and on and on. Giuseppe might be another one.
I think they've really solidified. Again, Gauthier has only played 2 games, but you take McKegg out of the equation. You take Brendan Smith out of the forward equation, and now you've got 2 guys. Gauthier is certainly 6'3". I think these guys are adding a little bit of a dimension on the second tier of forwards that was kind of missing. And they're hungry, so they're going to play hard. They're young and they're hungry. And I think that even the Capo Cacos, except for last night, I have a beef with him, but I think everybody is playing a more well-rounded game now. They are not how can I put this? They're not as frail as they used to be as far as if the other team scores. They seem to be playing a 60-minute game more. And that's what's got this winning streak going. Right? I mean,
in most cases. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, the Chicago game, that was as Sean McCaff said, wait until Lettieri comes up.
Well, I mean,
which is he's the silent assassin. We're just keeping him under wraps right now.
He's the Bobby Sheehan we're going to use in the playoffs.
Yes, there's a
same type of guy, right?
Bobby Sheehan, right?
Small guy could score. He'll come in for a little bit,
right?
So, what are your thoughts? What do you guys think, and what do you think, Jim, about what's propelling the Rangers into this? What are they, 8-3? I think in their last 11 or something like that.
9 out of the last 12.
Okay,
9 out of the last 12. 6 out of the last 7. 9 out of the last 12. I think they believe in themselves. They believe in the coach. I think the coach is pushing the right buttons. I think the fans that were screaming for this guy's head the first half of the season have once again proven that a lot of this fan base just has their head up their ass. Can you honestly get that? How many guys can you honestly think of on this team are not progressing? How many guys can you honestly say are not either playing better or just,
I think most of the guys that are not progressing weren't progressing before Quinn got here.
Right. Being
like Brady Shea.
Yeah.
Brendan Smith, really.
But I mean, is even Brendan Smith, has he been that big of a lot? He's been okay.
No. He's been serviceable.
What do they call that? Doing the yeoman's work.
Right. He's been serviceable.
I understand. Excuse me. I understand the fans screaming because he's playing right wing some nights, he's playing defense some nights. I get that, but now it's not every night. Now they've got guys who have stepped in and done those jobs that he was doing, so they don't need Brendan Smith as much. They've found some guys that can play the fourth line, so they don't need Brendan Smith to play forward. They've got Adam Fox and Ryan Lindgren, and we were saying this back in preseason that pairing was playing that they might have something there. And those guys have played terrific the last 10, 15 games together. They have been excellent.
They're playing like vets.
I think Ryan Lindgren was cloned from Dan Girardi's DNA because he is one tough hombre, as you like to say.
Yeah. It reminds me of young Michael Sauer. Yeah, Michael Sauer is the same type of guy. I mean,
day to day, by the way.
Oh, good. I'm hoping for him to come back.
Day to day.
This coach has done a wonderful job. I mean, even before this winning streak, I really thought, he tweaks the players and gets them to play the right way. And, he's never lost his cool with the team. He's never tried something different. There's been a plan in place. And I think you can tell that they must be awfully ecstatic that these kids are actually listening.
Right.
And playing the right way. Like, again, I'm not trying to make the Rangers seem like, the 75 Canadians or the 76 Canadians, but it's you could see it's a more 60-minute effort, and that's what they've been preaching, and it's getting through to them.
Right.
And I'd like to see some more goal scoring from the third and fourth lines once in a while.
Yeah, but
when you got the first and second going as good as you can, third and fourth just got to play a tie,
right?
With the other team.
But I think this team responds to this coach. I think they like playing for this coach. I mean, you watch these guys on the bench. When have we ever seen a Ranger team having this much fun? And this team's having. I know winning is fun, but this team's having a good time. These guys genuinely like each other. They like playing together, which is something that worries me about taking Kreider out of this lineup. Because I think he's a big part of that. I think he's a big part of the chemistry with this team. You see him, him and Panarin joking around on the bench and dancing. You see him and Buchnevich making jokes. You see him and Zibanejad playing around. These guys are having fun. We've never seen this. I mean, even in '94, they weren't having any fun because there was so much pressure on that team. Right. It wasn't fun until they got to City Hall with the cup.
Right, and then even in the Cup team that went to the Cup, they were more of a serious, and they didn't have the goal scoring that this team has. There was no Artemi Panarin,
and not for nothing, but let's be honest, they were all mercenaries. These guys were not a lot. I mean, there were some Rangers, but most of these guys were hired hands from somewhere else, or at least a lot of them were. I mean, these are a lot of guys who are coming of age as Rangers. Buchnevich, everybody's talking about him in the chat room. He's another guy. The coach has been rough on him, but the buttons the buttons he's pushing seem to be the right ones because slowly but surely he's coming along, and I think he's been one of their better players recently, of late. And the coach is going to be tough on him. That's what you want the coach to do, but he responds to it. He responds to it, and he's checking out the ice girls as they're coming off. He's coming off the ice in Carolina. He's getting it.
He's a man,
right?
Well,
Did you see Lemieux? Speaking of kids having fun, did you see Lemieux taunting the Canes as they were leaving the ice? He did the storm surge thing.
Oh boy,
yeah, this team's got some swagger, Eddie. Got a little bit.
I like it. I like the personality. I like, a lot of, the hockey has been homogenized and pasteurized. I mean, wow, we're doing two Costa references for your protection. But yes, I like the fact the team has personality. Tony DeAngelo has a big personality in that locker room. Lemieux is a guy that's going to chirp and get things going. Unfortunately, the finances of this team, and I don't want to be Debbie Downer. Something's got to give here. The feel-good Rangers, I mean, unless, they can get some cap wizard in here, something's going to be severed. Tie's going to be severed with a component of this team. And I wish, some guys were not here. I think the whole linchpin of the whole thing is if they can somehow move Brady Shea. All these teams are getting defensemen. It seems to be a want for defensemen. If they can make a swap where they, you know, uh, don't have to eat any salary and get a salary gain by meaning getting a player who makes less,
Right.
I think it would help them immensely. But I don't know what the market is for Brady Shea. Maybe they're just looking at the stats. What has he got? 8 goals. His offensive stats are not bad. He got really fortuitous in that goal last night, but I don't know. I mean, his salary's not outrageous. So I mean, it's
not outrageous, but it is prohibitive if you look at the other things they want to do.
all right.
It's not as prohibitive as some of the other salaries on this team, but out of the guys with the big salaries, he's probably the most marketable. Out of the guys that have the biggest salaries of who they want to move, he's at the top of the list. Now, there has been word that teams have been looking at him and interested in him, and I think I think you got to take any call and be very open-minded when any offers that come in for Brady Shea, because I think if they can move that salary, that might be the difference between keeping, a couple of guys that we really like, that we want to have on this team moving forward, Tony DeAngelo being one of them. I really want Tony DeAngelo on this team moving forward. I like him. I think his teammates love him. He's playing well, does everything they ask him to do. He's got swagger. I like that. I like to see I want to see my team be a little arrogant on the ice. I don't want to say Tom Rennie used to preach going out and being humble. And I always used to respond when I heard that. I said, you know what? Humble teams get swept. That was humble teams get swept.
Yes. And
So
you got Blair Betts. That's what happens.
Right.
Yeah. Now, a humble, you got to have an edge, I think, to win primarily most of the time, especially in an NHL. You've got to have a confidence. You've got to have a little bit of arrogance.
Just talk for a second. I got to fill my soda.
Okay. Not in all your players, but there are certain guys on the team that play with an edge and a confidence, and I think it spreads throughout the whole team. I mean, and you could see that these guys, even Buchnevich, who, he's expressionless
most of the time.
Most of the time, but he does, underneath all that, he's got some, he likes to do some, chirping a little bit. He's watching the videos of Elvis there doing the guitar thing. He's doing it. Like, I like that. And you don't know if that was there or it's a product of, some of the stuff that Mew and DeAngelo have been doing. And I just like the way the direction the team's going, because we still got a lot of prospects on the defensive end. And that was why we could afford to get rid of Joey Keane and get Julien Gauthier. So it's interesting. It's good. So I'm in. I don't know. I'm getting more jazzed as this show goes on about the 4 points out of a playoff spot.
See, we get you out here in the group with all our people and our fans and our listeners, and everybody gets you excited.
Right. No, I totally agree with you. Now I'm all pumped. I'm thinking, with Shesterkin, how is he going to lose? This guy is a winner. Georgiev is a solid backup. And how'd you like that phony baloney Micheletti talking about why Lundqvist was not not on the bench and was not the backup and he was a healthy scratch. But you hear that phony baloney thing? Well, he was last at practice. He practiced real hard, and the coach felt Georgiev was playing, and Hank wasn't, and so Hank decided he was going to sit out. I didn't decide shit.
That's what David Quinn told the media.
That's a lie.
Well, maybe it is. I'm just telling you, he's just repeating the company line. I know. Believe me, I'm the
Get
last
Maury
person that's ever going to defend Joe Micheletti. But I think in that case, he was just repeating the company line.
Get Maury Povich out here and go, that was a lie.
You said Hank wanted to be scratched. That was a lie.
Lie, right. Yeah, get out of here. This guy is chasing all kinds of records in his mind. Get out of here. I mean, that's what Quinn said. All right, I'll give the benefit of the doubt, but I didn't know that. It's like, he's the third best goalie. That's why he's on the pine. He's the worst goalie we have. And it's a travesty they even have him on the bench now at this point. Who carries 3 freaking goalies?
Right. Now, I know the Rangers, I don't think, have announced who's playing goal tonight yet, have they? Although it's after 5 o'clock. They may have announced by now.
If it's Lundqvist, I'm going to throw my glasses at the camera.
Well, I don't know if this was real or fake or what, but there were some rumors that Hank was going to play tonight because it could be so long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, goodbye, but who knows?
What do we know, guys? Somebody's pump us with the information.
Let's see. I'm checking the Twitter.
Your Twitter, the Twitter.
Let's see. Hank took an Hank doesn't seem to be any word yet. I'm looking.
Igor is starting tonight from TJ 84L. Igor is starting tonight official. What's your source? Wait, Shattenkirk is starting.
No, here we go. From Vince Mercogliano and Lohud. Igor will start. Hedl is a game time decision.
Okay, so we got it from TJ. We got it from Mark Nowak.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Got Mark Nowak copying the Vince tweet.
So Igor, the mighty Igor. He seems so like, I don't know, like when the Hank's in there and even Georgiev, there's like spectacular save after spectacular save when they're on. And, throughout Hank's career before the last couple of years, it's just Jorgen is just so calm in there. I don't know. He's just, I don't know what it is about him. It's just a very, there's not a lot of, I don't know. There hasn't been. I think the Rangers played really well when he plays too. They play a better game when he's in goal. I don't know if that's the confidence that he has that kind of is transformative for the Ranger team. But it certainly is a factor.
I guess Quinn is speaking to the media as we speak. I was trying to see if it streams anywhere. I'll put it right up in the show. I don't care.
Yeah, no, let's do it. Let's take good care. I mean, good use of this technology. We got people in China in here who want to see this.
Right. We're very big in China.
In China.
Let me see here. No, I see something about Tom Laidlaw.
Tom Rennie.
By the way, David Quinn said today that he knew there was something special about this team when they had the big comeback against Montreal. So David Quinn essentially giving credit to the Blueshirt Underground viewing party for bringing the Rangers together and getting this season going.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think I really knew at that point there was something special about the Rangers. It was something special about that game. But long term, I didn't say, whoa, this team's really come together, because they stunk it up after that for a bit, didn't they? I mean, this didn't really come since the All-Star break. This manifestation, a lot of things came together, mainly because the Georgiev and Shesterkin. They finally gave up on Hank. Anytime something got going, Hank would, and I'm not putting it solely on his shoulders, but you can't leave a game with a 750 save percentage. You're not going to win the game.
Right.
I don't care how many goals were his fault and who weren't. It just ain't happening. Hot stuff.
So the mom's trip, right?
Yeah,
Big success, the mom's trip. Oh, Joe, the moms, Joe.
Oh,
everybody's
yes.
moms.
You know,
Mama Stromer in the locker room reading the starting lineups. I like that.
I like that whole thing. Yeah. You know, call me an old fuddy duddy. I like that kind of schmaltz. And it's can I give it's a bit of Jad's mom wants to give him a hug, and
right.
I got to tell you, I'm going to admit this live on YouTube. This is an admission. I get teary eyed when I see that. I know both me and Jim lost our moms at very early ages. I don't know if when I see the moms interact with those kids, and then I realize, how much I miss my mom. And these kids are only like 25.
Right.
They're like little kids.
Or younger.
Right. And these moms are like seeing these kids make, and I say,
some of their moms are younger than us.
Yeah.
A lot of them are younger than us.
I was like, if I was single, I would date that lady. Not that she would date me, but still. Or like, I think about their kids are making millions of dollars and they're 25. Right. And how much they must worry, like, I hope he makes the right decisions, because when I was 25, I was making prank phone calls to like the Big Whistle show. That could be
something. Is Eddie Geik off the air? Your buddy Joe Rockhead's in the chat. He said, "Happy birthday, Dick."
Yes, Joe Rockhead, the bass player extraordinaire for Idiot Box and a true mental patient, but in a good way. Yeah, it's funny how these guys, and it's like it's kind of touching. I hate to be all like, but I like to see it, and I like to check out the moms. Just try to match it with the players.
This is, to me, this is a lot more fun than the dad's trip. I just think that they've gotten the moms a lot more involved, and I just think it's been a lot of fun. They've posted. I don't know if you've seen these. They've posted videos of them interviewing the moms and asking them questions about the kids. And Tony D'Angelo, he's such a personality. They have him do these web videos.
Yeah,
he talks to the players about different things, and he was interviewing the moms and asking them, for embarrassing stories about the kids, and it's good stuff. Really was. Yeah, we were talking about Mark Nowak just brought it up. Yeah, Jen and I were talking about Nash's dad last night. That serial killer.
Remember that guy?
Oh boy,
he looked like Ted Bundy.
Oh boy.
He was like, "Why do you think your son's doing much better?" And he's like, "Because he's a father now." Yeah. Rick Nash, now retired.
He had a kid. He's much better now.
Yes. So, I like to see it. It's good. They had what's her face read the what's her face? Was it Strome's mom?
Mama Strome.
Mama Strome got to read it twice because they won.
Right.
Now
and it was funny because the first night she did it, she didn't know a lot of the last names. Nobody trained her on it. Nobody briefed her on team player names. But the second night, it sounded like she had been briefed because she got everybody that she got wrong the first night. She got them right the second night, except Shesterkin.
Right.
Shesterkin. Sheskernum or something like that. She couldn't get that one. She couldn't say that one. But the first night she called Lindgren, she called him Lindgren.
Oh, Jesus.
But then last night she got it right. She called him Lindgren.
Lindgren sounds like an over-the-counter medicine.
Right.
I take that Lindgren last night. Oh, yeah, my headache went away. Also, you got did you see
with the moms?
Did you see Slammy Rosen and El Creepo try to interview those freaking moms? They're so awkward around humans, those two idiots. You see that?
Joe, Mama Strome, Joe, Mama Celeste.
They really can't communicate with normal people. They struggle to talk to humans.
Chris in the UK says she calls the names better than Sam.
But she does. I mean, Rosen and Micheletti, they just. How do you feel? What makes Ryan so special? He's a fucking NHL player.
Right.
Making millions of dollars. That's what makes them special. Next question.
Right.
Dopes. Two of those guys should just throw themselves off the balcony.
They were at their comedic best last night. I missed them after 2 games in a row on NBC.
I know. I did kind of. I'll admit to it. Bunch of that Gilberry bullshit.
It was like putting your favorite pair of crappy sweats back on last night.
Yeah.
Oh, Joe, the moms, Joe.
Wow, the moms.
Mama Leone left a note on the door, Joe.
They can't get a camera over up there so they close up. You got to see this thing with their back of the numbers. I'm trying to figure out who's who. Oh, that broadcast is a fucking disaster. But now it's all fun and games when they're winning. It's like but I still continually yell at the TV. You know, shut up. I don't want to hear it. You know, he was all on Carolina. Speaking of Carolina, those Hurricane jerseys, they're fucking terrible.
Yeah, I don't, we were talking about this last night watching the game. To me, that's just a bad, they never should have named them the Hurricanes because it doesn't lend itself to a good logo. The Storm, the Storm.
I like
to come up with something better. It doesn't lend itself to a good logo or good jerseys. Their jerseys are all fucking awful.
Plus, why you're naming a team that destroys your fucking cities?
Right.
I mean, it's kind of a negative connotation, the Hurricanes.
Right.
You never walk outside and say, I wish the hurricane would come today.
Right.
It's stupid. It's a lot of nonsense with these what I so-called expansion teams. Well, it's not really. It was the Whalers, right, that moved down to Carolina.
Right.
Yeah.
It should have just been the Carolina Whalers. Would that have been so bad? If we could have the Utah Jazz for all those years.
Exactly.
Is there still, I don't even know, do the Utah Jazz still exist? Is there still a team in Utah?
It's basketball, so I know there's a team called the Pelicans, which is a fucking stupid name.
Yeah, that's New Orleans, right? But they used to be somebody else, didn't they? Did they used to be the Charlotte Hornets? I don't know. They've had a lot of relocation in that league, so I couldn't tell you. Been a lot of moving around.
So the moms are gone now, though.
And they don't get a home game. And they're not giving away free tickets to the moms for Madison Square Garden.
Well, they did say it was a first-class thing, and the Rangers are first-class behind the scenes, and
yes,
they are that way. Unfortunately, it doesn't translate to the ice and the former general manager. But so the Rangers are amidst a blazing winning streak, and Kreider. Panarin, what's Panarin? Was he in the top 10 in scoring, right? He's like 5 or 6.
Something like that. He also became the what was that stat I showed this morning in our group? He's the fastest most points in his first 60 games with the Rangers in his first year with the Rangers or something like that. I don't know, something like that.
Wasn't he's the fastest? Was he played how many years in the league? 4, 3,
5, I think.
5. I don't know. I like how we're trying to quote stats and we have absolutely no idea what the stats.
Yeah, no clue. Most points before 60th game with team. Artemi Panarin, 81 points, beating out Mark Messier and that Gretzky guy.
Wow. Yes, Prague Rocker, I was getting verklempt when I saw the moms. But now I'm out of it. Screw them. We must win without them. I got a couple criticisms of some players. Last night I was pissed at Capo Caca for not taking that shot. He was at the face-off circle, and he decides to pass to Buchnevich. The other team comes down. Adam Fox completely blows his coverage, and the Hurricanes score. That guy should be shooting if he's anywhere the net. Do not try to pass to Pavel Buchnevich, Capo. If you're listening, I mean, we are on YouTube Live all around the world.
Right.
Some of your countrymen could be watching this right now. You could be watching this right now. Please.
They're listening in China. They could be listening in the Ranger locker room.
Right. Capo, please shoot. please shoot, because the other team wound up coming the other way and scoring, and I nearly went into a seizure. So, also, I would be derelict of my Ranger duties if duty. Jacob Trouba, who made a nice play, that nice hit along the boards that led to a Ranger goal. He's made some errors in some big spots the last 3 games. Please do not do that for the rest of the season. He's mishandled a couple pucks, some poor decisions.
3 trips to the sin bin last night, too.
Yes.
Keep doing that.
6 minutes in penalties. You're right, Jim. Please do not do that. I am not going to crucify you or hang you on the cross and say it was a total bust because you were, not so hot play in the last 3 or 4 games. I do not base my opinions on that sample size. I think Jacob Trouba has been an asset for the Rangers. His role is a little bit diminished with this team with the emergence of some younger players. But what he does, and which was obvious on that goal when he made that hit along the board, that's what he does. Right. He hits people. He's got some rage in him. Again, we talked about arrogance, and he's got some grit. So does Lindgren has some grit. You need those guys on your team. Now, people debate 8 million, 7 million, whatever he made. Jacob Trouba brings a lot to this team. And as I predict, once the Rangers become a force after this rebuild is done, you will even see it even further with Jacob Trouba.
You have to have guys that make it difficult to come into the offensive zone, and guys that you have to make it difficult for players that want to work the boards, and you have to make it difficult for offensive players that want to go to your net. And that's what Trouba and Lindgren do. They're not afraid to get in guys' faces. They're not afraid to clear the crease. They're not afraid to work the boards and use their bodies, whatever they got. You need those guys. I like Trouba. I have very little problem with anything he's done. He's got to stay out of the penalty box, but other than that. Liam Scott says, disclosure to all, I was raised in the green seats.
Yes.
I've taken the American spirit on the roads of Asia for years. The NHL center ice package is unreliable product over here. Yeah. Sean says, do they have Chinese jerseys in stores? Do they sell American knockoff jerseys in Beijing? First responders night at MSG. Hope the moms have gone home, or the firemen won't be safe.
That's true.
I have to make a conscious effort to keep putting chats up on screen here so that everyone can see them. So I will try. I'm still getting used to being able to do that. So I apologize for not highlighting more of the great things everyone says in our chat room.
It's funny because Liam's saying he can only follow the Blue Shirts on the radio and the podcast. BSU is my fave. Keep up.
There you go.
And he's not the first person who said that to us. We had that gentleman from Norway who can't get the Rangers for some reason. Even when Matt Zuccarello was on the team, he couldn't get the Rangers. And he said the only way he followed the Rangers was through us. I thought that was like pretty demented. But
there it is right there.
Oh, look at this.
That's all you need to know.
Thank you so much. Now I am getting verklempt. Yes. Well, we got to entertain. That's the main thing of this broadcast.
And hey, we're not even a podcast anymore.
Right.
There's a podcast of this show, but essentially this isn't a podcast anymore. This is a video show. This is highfalutin, big time. Yeah. YouTube Live. Around the world, we're on in China. We are going to start advertising as China's favorite New York Rangers broadcast.
Yes. There's Jack Luker. Wolfpack should move to the Coliseum. It would be hilarious on someone else. Yes, it would be hilarious. And then I could go to the games. I would like to see the Wolfpack. I would be a season ticket holder if that would happen because it is closer to me. Yes, that's true. Sean McCabe with a very good comment there. Carter's playing, so fuck the bubble wrap shit. Can we say that on YouTube? Because I just did.
You just did.
Yes. I got to say to Patty and some of the other chatters, man. I'm gonna eat that humble pie. Chris Kreider has been outstanding. I mean, just the effort on so many levels, not just the scoring. Again, I don't know if it's the contract or what, but whatever it is, he's hitting on all cylinders, and I was certainly down on him. Kind of thought, he had hit his ceiling. We know what he is, and he's probably going to wind up with, I mean, I don't know how many goals he's going to wind up with, but probably around 30 or maybe more. And that's about where he usually is right under 30, but he may get more, who knows? But his game overall is just unbelievable.
You see the mouth on Patty Duke? My goodness.
Patty Duke, listen, there's no censorship here. It's
no, not at all.
It's either boys, men, women, we don't care. We're all animals when it comes to the New York Rangers and New York Rangers hockey. And you'll find that out, ladies and gentlemen, on YouTube. This ain't no mamby-pamby thing. I remember when Derek Bugard died, we did a whole show on that. My God, if we ever did that if we did that on national TV, they would have we would have been canceled in this cancel.
We'd have faded to black like The Sopranos, like halfway through the show. Just would have went out. Cue the Journey music, and then we would have just faded out. That would have been the end of it.
So everything going well. I don't know. Do you have any other comments? They're playing tonight. What do you think about tonight's game?
Just San Jose stinks. A lot of injuries.
Eric Carlson's out for the year.
Out for the year. Gee, there's a surprise. You believe there were Ranger fans that wanted to pay this guy $9 million?
There were.
The guy's made of graham crackers.
Where?
This guy can't stay healthy. Come on.
No, there was name was bad.
Igor and Ned come out, boot on the throat. Let's take it to him.
Well, Ryan,
no fucking around tonight.
Well, Ryan Strome said last night after the game, this really has the makings of a letdown game for us. And he says we can't allow that to happen. I just don't want to see the words.
It's a trap.
Yeah, it's a trap game. So yeah, it's I want to see results, not just lip service. Rangers need to take this game, and Igor starting. That's a good sign. Excuse me. I want Quinn to have the mentality that you're going to step on their throats. He's not going to throw Henrik a bone, like to get him some work. We need the wins. I hope it's exciting him, and they're now thinking about making the playoffs.
Right.
And yes, Igor needs to set the tone, and hopefully the Rangers won't, have one of their 50-shot against performances. Listen, I don't know what's going to happen. What the hell do I know? But San Jose is certainly ready for the taking.
Now, see, Chris is here in the chat room, and I wish he could come on, but it's late at night over in England, so he doesn't want to wake up the family, so that's okay. But I would like to know from Chris. I'd like to hear his thoughts on Lundqvist, because he's always been a big Lundqvist guy. I know he has a Lundqvist jersey, so I'd like to hear from somebody who's Lundqvist is his favorite player. I think it's fair to say. And I'd like to hear his takes, and maybe he could just give us some stuff in the chat there or something. But I'm curious as to hear his take as to what he thinks about Hank. And
there are a lot. I mean, there are a lot of Chris John is a big Lundqvist supporter. Has loved Lundqvist forever. There are those guys, and so I don't know. And Patty Duke is. I've said from the beginning of the season, I think Strome is the best and most honest interview they have.
He's candid and he's fun.
Candid and he's fun.
He's fun.
We're still waiting for his take, but
The link for if you guys want to join us, if you want to come on screen with us, it's in the chat. You can just click the link. You got to have the Be Live app, and then you log in. I guess through your Facebook account. I don't really know how it works since I haven't tried it yet with the YouTube. Actually, I could. Let me see.
So Chris is saying he should have waived his no movement clause, no trade clause. Yeah.
Well,
that's probably.
Yeah.
He still can do it. He can say, "I want out of here." That's I don't want to quote Mike Milbury and raise the ire of everybody listening and watching and typing into the show. But Milbury said that's he should pull a Ray Bork. He should say, I want out. I want to go to a playoff team, and I win a Stanley Cup and go into the sunset. That's what he should do. It would help him, and it would help the Rangers as far as I'm concerned. But you don't know. Last week we got a who was it we were talking to in the chat room was talking about how the Swedes have some kind of code that they want. It's all about the team. I'm not sure Henrik subscribes to that, but if that's in the Swedish culture, maybe that's his thing. He's going to ride this out. He signed the contract. He's going to honor that contract. He's going to saddle he's going to get humiliated when the Rangers buy him out next year because of that. But I like the way Quinn has handled this. I know, and you called the 3-goalie thing. You called that way before anybody was talking about 3 goalies. And I think the 3-goal thing is preposterous, but I think Quinn has handled it so well now. And I hope I don't eat my words when Henrik's going to start 3 straight after this. After a Shesterkin maybe doesn't play so well, but I don't think that's going to happen. He's handled it very well, and I'm glad that he's used a heavy hand with Henrik. I was a little afraid Henrik was running this show over there.
Right.
But now the facts are the facts. The Rangers don't win when he plays, so you don't play him.
So let me just show you guys what happens here. You click for those of you that don't know and haven't tried it, if you have the Be Live app on your phone, you click the link that I put in the chat, and then it'll take you through the link, and then it brings you to this screen where you'll see your little window there. You can see me up there trying to move my phone to my camera, and then I can see you here in the studio, and we bring you on screen. So so pretty cool.
Yeah, so.
See?
So we talked about the Henrik thing, and I guess that's about it. What else do we have to talk about? Anything on your mind?
Was there anything else that happened? No, we covered the Joey Keane trade, and we're going to come back Monday night, right? We're still doing Monday night, right? And get ready for the Islanders. Monday night we'll recap whatever goes on in the trade deadline. So give me your opinion, gut feeling. Is Chris Kreider a Ranger at 4:00 Monday afternoon or 5:00?
I think he's gone.
You think he's gone? Is Ryan
Not that I want it.
Is Ryan Strome a Ranger at the end of the trade deadline?
Yes.
Is Brady Shea a Ranger at the end of the trade deadline?
Yes.
Is Jesper Fast a Ranger at the end of the trade deadline?
Yes.
Is Henrik Lundqvist a Ranger at the end of the trade deadline?
Yes.
Am I forgetting anybody? Are there any surprises? Do you have a surprise name you want to throw at us? Here's a guy I think is going to get traded.
I would
just
say
a gut feeling. Anything. Anybody.
Georgiev.
No?
Georgiev.
Okay. I'm going to say that I think Chris Kreider will be a Ranger at the end of the deadline. I do not think Brady Shea will be a Ranger at the end of the deadline.
I hope so.
And I don't think Henrik Lundqvist will be a Ranger come Monday night.
Wow. You heard it here first.
That is not wishful thinking. That is not at all wishful thinking. I can't. The writing's on the wall. Why would why does he want to keep putting himself through this? Why would he want to keep putting him? Why would anybody?
I don't know, brother. I mean,
so
I don't know. So many things I don't know. I don't pretend to know things I don't know, and I don't know why he would stay. I hope you're right, man.
Again, it's not wishful thinking. I think there's going to be if it hasn't already happened, then maybe the conversation will happen. Maybe, I mean, the Rangers maybe eat some salary. I don't know what they'd have to do, but I can't imagine how a guy who has been at the top of his game, how he could possibly want to stay in this situation. I can't. It was different. It was different before. Before Shesterkin got here, it was different. He was splitting time with Georgiev, but he was still getting the bulk of the starts. Then the scales kind of balanced out a little bit. Now Shesterkin shows up and he's off the radar. I mean, he's gone. What have we seen him twice? 2 starts and 1 mop up since Shesterkin got here. Am I right about that? 2, maybe 3 starts.
Could be, if that.
I'd have to go look. I mean, the Rangers have, they've made it clear. You're not our future. We're moving on. We gotta know where we're going.
Well, I hope you're right. I hope all those things that you said come to fruition. I will be happy as a clam. I will be ecstatic if all that happens. I don't even care about the return. I mean, if Brady Shea's off the team, I don't care. Henrik Lundqvist, I don't care. I don't care.
I don't care. I don't care. Bing, bing, bing.
Bing,
Zoom,
bing, zoom. So we'll see what happens. I always get jazzed for the trade deadline day, and it's always kind of like a little bit disappointing. But the Rangers have a lot of, they have a lot of oars in the fire, I guess.
Yeah, the last few haven't been disappointing. And I just, and just one last thing on Hank, and I understand that he's got his family, the New York, the whole thing. But you know what? We're only talking about it's February. We're heading into March. We're talking about 3, maybe 4 months where he's playing somewhere else, and then he can make a decision at the end of the season. I mean, maybe he goes to Dallas. Let's say, for instance, he goes to just the first name that comes to mind, or Colorado. Let's say Colorado. Say he goes to Colorado, he wins his cup, then maybe he walks away. So it's 4 months. He's living somewhere else. He's got to find an apartment in Denver. I have a feeling he could find one. This is a man of means,
right? Yes.
It's not like me if I'd be schlepping around Denver trying to find a studio I can afford for $500 a month with utilities included.
Yeah, and I went to downtown Denver. You don't want to be there at night. It's a rough neighborhood.
Parts of it. Well, I mean, any major city. It's a great town, though.
It's a great town. Yes.
Great town.
Yeah, I did the whole spiel up there.
He loved Coors Light Field. It's a nice place to watch a ball game.
Yes. Did the Coors tour, too.
Did you?
Yeah, like 11 a.m. I was sloshed by fucking noon. All my friends would give me their little wrist bracelets they give you like for 3 free beers or something.
Right.
And I was like, I'll take your wristlet. Okay.
You want to talk to Mike Halleck real quick, and we'll finish up.
Quick. It's like I got.
I know you got things.
I got to eat food with my wife before the game.
What's up, Mike?
Hey, fellas, what's going on?
Welcome to YouTube.
Thank you. Welcome aboard, boys.
So,
happy to be here.
Prediction for tonight's game?
I don't know much about San Jose, but I do think they're going to kick their ass tonight.
That's what I like.
I hope so.
Yeah. I do like what you guys are saying. I agree with you, Jim. I just think there was a discussion between his agent, his hairdresser, JD, and Gordon that there's going to be a move made with Hank.
We'll see.
I feel that way.
We'll see.
I like them.
Go ahead, Mike.
Because I think if Kreider doesn't go, there's something going on that we don't know about. Some deal, some pack-a-hand deal or something. So.
I think that would probably would be the case because you're not going to give the guy away for nothing.
No, you don't want. If you know you're not going to be able to sign him because of cap, you got to move him and get something.
Yes.
So.
Sorry.
Yes.
I'm just
What did
at the comments.
Thanks, Sean. I'm running errands for my wife who's not feeling good, okay?
Yeah. Sean. Mike is manning up. What are you doing, Sean?
So getting a road homer one day. Jeez. Right?
Was he photoshopping something with Filipino right now? Sean? Anyway.
All right, so gut feeling, Mike, Chris Kreider, is he a Ranger at the end of the deadline or no?
Gut feeling says he stays.
Okay.
Because I think there's going to be a move.
Brady Shea, stay or go?
I would love to see him go. He's too expensive, but my gut's saying he's going to – I actually think he's going to go.
All right. Jesper Fast, is he here or no?
Everybody loves the quickie. I think he stays.
Henrik Lundqvist, yes or no?
Gone. I think he's gone too. I just have a feeling in my gut that says, like I said, there's a meeting and they're saying, hey, look, it's over, Johnny. Time to go.
I like that. I hope you guys are right. Please, please, please.
Yes. I hope I am too.
Yes.
I'm trying not to get that bright light behind me in this view. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh, don't worry about it.
Yeah. By the way, I only see you tonight, Eddie. The last time I called in, I only saw Jim. So.
Oh well. I'm sorry.
Oh, you only see Eddie?
Yeah. By the way, Eddie, what is to your immediate right? It looks like an old school television.
Eddie?
Yeah. No. The other way.
Over your right shoulder, Eddie. Is that
right
an
there,
old
right
monitor?
where your hand is. What is it? What is that? A monitor?
Yes, it's a computer to monitor.
All right, because it was throwing me off. I thought you were watching old school television or something.
That's his Magnavox 13-inch black and white TV. Only gets channel 11 and channel 9.
Yes.
Everything else is snow, right?
Everything else is snow. Shh.
Unless the weather's bad.
Yes.
And then he only gets channel 9.
Yes. Yeah. Remember the wavy? You used to have to watch stuff like in a wavy thing.
Yeah.
Man, remember. Nobody remembers that. It's just us three.
Yeah, Eddie, you were saying something earlier about a buyout for Hank if they don't trade him. I was listening to Michael K earlier this week, and they had LeGrec on, who was saying that the cap number, if he gets bought out, it's like $5 to $6 million for next season, 1.5 year after. That's ridiculous. You can't have two guys 10+ million with dead cap and not be here. You know,
right?
You just can't. So. Either they hopefully get a deal, or they have to eat the. He has to stay.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. Oh, Joe, Ed's Magnavox TV is only 60 years old. I got the console with the record player in the other room. Remember that?
Zenith.
The Zenith.
Yeah, the 3-in-1 television record player and all, or 2-in-1, I should say.
Yeah. I had the 8-track too in there. 3-in-1. It was a 3-in-1. Yeah. Those were the days. That's what America was. America. We had big things, and everything took up a lot of space.
Yeah.
So anyway,
yeah,
I agree with no more buyouts. I don't want no more dead cap hits. I agree with NYRUK, Chris. All you guys, you chatters, and you, Mike, are on point today. I can't wait for this trading deadline and see what transpires.
I mean, this team is playing so well right now. I don't know if you really do want to make that drastic move to mess up this chemistry. I wouldn't say mess up, alter this chemistry. But if you know you're not going to sign it or not be able to because of the guys that are still here on their big contracts, do you take the chance to let them stay? And sorry, that glare is still there.
Oh, don't worry about it.
Are you at Cumberland Farms now or something? Are you Krausers?
No, Jim. I don't know if you can see that.
Oh, ShopRite.
ShopRite here by my house.
See if you
can sell.
See if you can get Jeff Diamond a job there.
Get him an app.
Actually, there is a sign that says now hiring, but he's got a long commute if he's
Kitchen, Ontario is a little far.
Maybe he can expatriate. He can move. He can move in with you. Mike, you got an extra room?
No.
I only have a 1-bedroom condo, boys, so he would have to sleep in the yard.
Yes.
Put a tent out there for him.
We don't want him in America anyway, let's face it.
Well, my neighbors upstairs are constantly, oh, geez, like 50 people came walking by. I'm sorry.
No problem.
My neighbors upstairs are never there during the week.
Get out of the guy's way and go shopping. Get out of his way. He's trying to do a show here.
Yeah, I know. What's the hell?
Go get your produce and your coffee and your bakery stuff and get the hell out of here.
It's like 15 kids just walked by.
Uh-oh. They could be wilding. Watch out.
Yeah. The end of the shopping sale. Yeah.
All right.
All right,
Mike. Go do your
boys,
stuff.
Enjoy the rest of the show. Good luck. Congrats on YouTube.
All right. Yes. Tell Dina to feel better. We'll talk to you later.
Sounds good, boys. Be good.
Good night.
Take care, Mike.
Good night. Bye.
Let's go, Rangers.
Yes, that will wrap it up.
Sandrock is cracking me up here with some of his quips. Lundqvist in Mutant League Hockey. Remember that game? Holy
I love that game with the exploding goalie.
Yeah.
Oh, no. And the kill the ref.
Yes.
And then the one guy, his eyes used to bug out, and he would go, make like weird noises. Oh, the New York Rangers.
Yes. Very good. Classic games being bantered about.
That was fun.
Bandied about. I hate to say that word.
All right. Thank you to everybody that joined us. We love you. We'll see you Monday night for the Blueshirt Underground show right here on YouTube. Eddie, happy birthday, my friend. All the best. Many, many, many more.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Enjoy your day tomorrow. Enjoy the game tonight. And I'll talk to you Monday night.
All right, brother.
All right. We love you. Have a good weekend. Good night, everybody.